Welcome back on the halftime show here on the PAC Sports Network, and it is our broadcast opener on the network as W&J visits the Westminster Titans. And here at the half, we're joined now by Westminster head coach Kevin Siroki. Coach, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us at the half.
Definitely. It's always great to be with you.
Now, last season, great year for your Westminster Titans. A strange year, of course, because of COVID, but an 11-1 record, your team rolled to the PAC Championship. In fact, after several near misses in the PAC tournament in years past, how gratifying was it to go out and win the championship in 2021?
Yeah, it was obviously with the weird year we had and all the things going on outside of basketball. Just to be around the guys and be able to get a season in, it was great for everybody. And then especially winning the championship on top of that, made it even special. And especially with the guys we had a great team, just a great group of guys. And, again, hopefully they're carrying it through again this year.
Now, I'm sure winning the championship means most to you, but you were also named the PAC Coach of the Year last year. What does it mean to receive that kind of recognition from your peers in the conference?
Yeah, all the guys in the conference, all the coaches are great guys, and I just thank them for recognizing me as putting me on top as far as the coach of the year. But that's just a tribute to my players, who come out and work hard every day and put us all in the spots to just receive some recognition, myself or other players. So it's all through hard work.
Now, your team coming into this season as the reigning champions, you were also picked number 1 in the preseason PAC poll. Now, I know some coaches may not take much stock in the preseason poll, but, what's your perspective on receiving the number 1 vote in the preseason poll?
Well, you just got a target on your back, or everywhere, I guess, not on your back, but it's everywhere on you. And so it kind of makes our guys work harder. I'd rather have a, target on our back than, than trying to get up to that. And fortunate enough, we were up to that right now. We've been, like we said, won the championship last year. Now we have the target on the back this year. And our guys have come out and they've worked hard all fall. So it's a matter of, we're going to get everybody's best. So we got to be able to step up every game.
And getting that number 1 vote in the PAC preseason poll, obviously you bring back a lot of depth and talent. A couple of guys, though, you're without. One that you knew you were going to be without, the PAC Player of the Year, and Isaac Stamatiadis. He graduated. Obviously, big shoes to fill there. But Austin O'Hara, who we were talking about just before going on air, a glue guy for your team. He's out this season, unfortunately, due to a torn labrum in his hip. How do you hope to overcome losing those 2 very prominent players?
Well, definitely, especially Isaac, obviously, he's been a 4-year, all league guy, obviously player of the year, average double last 2 years. So, can probably replace him, and obviously with Austin, we're expecting him to come back with the guys who got back that, now, again, like you say, he's our glue guy. And so replace him is hard to do. And again, we got to have other guys step up. And that's why, it's early in the year, but we're trying to figure out, some roles and other guys who want to step up.
And obviously, as we said, a lot of depth and talent. We'll start with the Ritter brothers. Daniel Ritter, first team All-PAC selection last year, already off to a great start this season, a PAC Player of the Week award under his belt. What kind of driving force are the Ritter brothers for this team?
Yeah, they're great. They come back as a 5th year. And Dan, both of them, Dan and Anthony, have been great for us. They work so hard off the court, in the weight room. Dan, with the NCAA saying that you only have to take 12 credit hours, so not 6 credit hours instead of 12 to be a full-time student. So Dan's got like 2 classes. He's got a 4.0. So he's happy as heck off the floor. And then, but he works his butt off on the floor. I give him a lot of credit, and he deserves all the accolades he's getting. And Anthony does a lot of things for us. Does a lot of things well. We have a lot of guys like that do a lot of things well, not one thing great, but he's been great for us for 5 years, and we're expecting him to do the same thing the rest of this year.
A guy who certainly made waves as a freshman last year, Reese Leone. He was the PAC Newcomer of the Year last season, named the All Great Lakes Region Rookie of the Year as well. Now that the league knows him, what will Leone need to be ready for in year 2 with the Westminster Titans?
Yeah, we had obviously a shortened season last year, and we're trying to tell everybody, especially new guys like last year for Reese and Drew Clark, that now it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. I think last year was a sprint. We started in January and done in March. And this year it's a, full season. It's now we got to sometimes got to slow down and take a step back a little bit and take off some plays here or there, or how maybe take a practice off or whatever to keep your body healthy. Reese is probably one of the toughest competitors that's out there. And then, trying to tell him that, the guys, if they can stop him, then they're probably going to try to slow us down a little bit. So, he's going to get a lot of double teams, trying to get the ball out of his hands. And he's a continuous guy that just every day he's a perfectionist. And I told him sometimes that perfectionist kind of hurts you sometimes. And when you make a turnover, you want to go back at that same guy instead of just, hey, okay, you got to move past that play. So he's learning that. He's a young kid, but he's our leader on the team as far as getting the ball in his hands and getting our guys in the right spots. And obviously had a tremendous freshman year. And again, we're expecting big things from him, even though he's a sophomore. Those guys aren't sophomores anymore because they got a lot of game experience.
A 6'6" junior, Tyler James, in his second year at Westminster now after prior stops at Alderson Broaddus and Penn State Shenango. What led him to Westminster, number one, in his third collegiate stop? And also, what does he add to the team when he's on the floor? Obviously, he had a great first year with Westminster last year.
Yeah, he's, we tried to get him out of high school and just went some different directions. And we're, thank goodness we got him back here. And, he's long and athletic. He does he can go rebound it, put the ball on the floor, shoots a three pretty well for us. Again, he's another one of the guys that does a lot of things well, not one thing great. And that's why I think our team is so well-rounded because of those kind of guys that we have.
And we talked about the Ritter brothers earlier on. Another important senior is Josh Hutcherson, who decided to return for another season. What kind of presence does Hutcherson give Westminster when he's out there?
I mean, Josh had a great run in the tournament last year. And, he's gotten bigger, stronger this year. And it's his fifth year. And I told those guys, the Ritters and him, his fifth year, just go out and play, and he's done a great job for us. Obviously for 5 years, he played actually 4.5 because he blew his ACL out 3 years ago. But he's been great. He's a great leader. He's helping other guys, the freshman guys on the floor. And he's that vocal guy that we need. And going rebounding and putting balls back in as far as, offensive rebounds and different things like that. Because as a team, I think that was one of our big keys coming in for me. Is that, we've been averaging probably last 4 or 5 years out rebounding teams by, 5 or more, per game. And I think that's a big key for us this year is, we need to keep out rebounding teams, and especially losing a guy who had a double last year. And also with Austin, not playing, that gives us that because he rebounded for us as well.
And as far as new players this year, any new faces that you're looking to step up?
Yeah, Drew Clark, who played a lot for us last year. Again, he's a sophomore from Springfield local, and he did a tremendous job for us last year. Came in and hit some shots, big shots for us, got rebounds. I think he's averaging 4 blocks a shot right now. That might be in the top 10 or top 5 in the NCAA Division III right now. He's just got a great knack for the game. And then Jordan Zubko, who's a junior for us, didn't get a lot of playing time in his freshman, sophomore year, but he's stepping up for us right now. And we expect some big things for him coming off the bench and giving some great minutes.
Now, as the reigning champions in the PAC, how eager is your team to wear that bullseye that you talked about this season? And what's the key for the Titans in terms of going back to win back-to-back PAC titles?
Yeah, it's, coming in here, we knew we were going to have, some guys coming back, fifth-year guys. And last year was great. The only thing that stunk about last year is, there was no NCAA Division III tournament. So these guys are hungry to get to the NCAA tournament, so that's one of our goals is, obviously by getting to the tournament, that means we win the PAC tournament. So our kind of slogan for this year is never settle, because we want to get to that tournament, the NCAA tournament, experience that different level of basketball as well, tournament basketball. And I think big key things, again, is rebounding. We got to cut down on our turnovers and, again, play as a team. That's the most important part. Pass the ball from side to side and play a little defense. That's defense always win championships. I guess that's old cliche though, but that's going to be very key for us to go back and stop something. We got guys who can score. We need to find some, the other guys, everybody needs to get back and play some solid defense for us as well.
Well, it's a cliche that has a lot of truth to it. That's why you hear it so often, I'm sure.
Right.
So, head coach Kevin Siroki, the Westminster Titans, thanks so much for your time. And, always a pleasure catching up with you, and good luck to you and your team the rest of the way.
Thank you very much. Great to see you.
You as well. We'll have more coming up in just a moment here on the PAC Sports Network.